Hello dear yogis, my name is Carla and I will introduce you to the Nauli Kriya. So for yogis, being internally cleansed is essential for mental, physical and spiritual focus and strength. This Nauli Kriya is a preliminary cleansing exercise that involves isolating muscles in your abdomen area and sucking them inside of your ribcage. Its origins lie in the Sanskrit word now, meaning boat, and li, meaning to cling to. When done correctly, this practice cleanses a wave of motion in the abdomen area. So first and foremost, always practice the Nauli Kriya on an empty stomach, preferably the first thing in the morning, after you went to the bathroom and before you eat and drink anything. Even having water in your stomach will make this motion uncomfortable and could even leave you feeling nauseous. So there are 5 steps to this Kriya, and it is best to practice each step repeatedly before going to the next step if you are a beginner. So this ensures that you will be able to practice the full technique correctly. So master step 1, then go to step 2. And it might take a while, and this is okay. Contraindications: if you're pregnant, please don't do this. If you're on your bleeding moon, people who have problems with high blood pressure, hernia, gallstones, an acute peptic ulcer, post-surgery, and especially if it's in the abdomen area, please speak to your healthcare professional, and it's not advised for you to try this Nauli Kriya. Now, if it is your first time to try this, please know that this is a new skill, just like learning how to ride a bicycle. The circuitry is there, but using the body in these new ways, the energy and the synapses have to fire together in order to wire together. Now, it might take some time, but be patient. Every time you do this, you build neuroplasticity, and this dirt road in your brain and this pathway turns into a paved highway. So until you don't have to even think about it anymore. Isn't that great? Okay, so let's start with step number 1. Step number 1 is called Bayaudiana Banda. So this is just to lock in and pull everything into your ribcage. So from a standing place, start by standing. Place your hands onto your thighs and bend into your knees. And as you exhale, you're going to push all the air out of your lungs and pause there. Relax into the belly. But when you try to inhale, it's almost like you're swallowing. So when you feel your throat muscles tighten, hold the mouth closed and the throat contracted. So imagine like you're trying to inhale a deep breath, but the air is not able to come in. That suction will draw the lungs out, the rib cage out, but it will hollow out your diaphragm. In the beginning, you can also close your nose in order to do this. So, simple steps: deep breath in, exhale, close your nose. Try to take a deep breath in. Let me show you guys up close what this looks like. From the side, what this looks like. So try to concave your back. Okay, so send the middle of the spine all the way out to the sky. So instead of having the shoulder blades together trying to open up the chest, it is okay here to send the back of the diaphragm. Imagine that it's growing wings, and you want to spread those wings as far out as you can. So instead of this, curve into the spine. So well done if you have mastered and you correctly did step number 1. Step number 2 is what we call Agnisara Kriya. So this now means that you will start by creating a wave-like motion with the abdomen muscles by engaging and releasing your Uddiyana Bandha. So without inhaling and exhaling, you keep on the exhale hold without air in your lungs. Slowly release the fake inhalation. And then again, without inhaling and exhaling, re-establish your Uddiyana Banda. Okay, so this means the wave is going in and out, in and out. Okay, let me show you up close what this looks like. Just know that you're using some pressure of your hands onto your thighs in order to pull that out and to flare the rib cage and the diaphragm all the way out in a 5-directional way. So it expands out to the sides, to the front, and to the back when we do that. So just practice a couple of times to really get this Uddiyana Banda activation down. So when we are activating our Uddiyana Banda, please know that this is like a parachute opening up. When the parachute opens up, like you need that tension on the sides, okay? So we need to expand our rib cage as much as we can. Try this a couple of times and then move to step number 3. Okay, yogis, welcome to step number 3. This is what we call the Midhyana, so the middle Nauli, okay? So when we maintain that hollow Uddiyana Banda created by the first 2 exercises, step 1 and step 2, and now we're going to use pressure of our hands against our thighs to push the abdomen out into the middle line muscles, okay? The sides of your belly is still going to be sucked into the vacuum, and this will create like a straight line in the front, okay? So you want to contract your abdomen by pushing your hands deeper into your legs. And as you contract the abdomen, it will create almost, if you take your rib cage as the top and the bottom here, it will create a T shape on your abdomen. Let me show you what this looks like up front. Practice this a couple of times. Maybe try to do this. I know that we're holding on the exhale, which might be super difficult for some people, but just know this is also building resilience in your nervous system. And for short periods of time, this is really, really good for us. So try to do this 3 to 4 times. And when you feel you can really create that middle Nauli, then move to the next step. Well done on accomplishing step number 3. We are at step number 4. This is what is called the left and the right Nauli, okay? So the Vama or the Dashina. So this one takes quite a bit of practice. So if you're not getting it in the first go or in the first few, please don't judge yourself. Don't worry about it. It's going to take practice. So in step number 3, you can now work with isolating the left and the right sides of the abdomen. So from step number 3, release the weight of your right hand so that you are now pushing down strongly into your left hand on your thigh. This should make the right side of your abdomen retreat and the left side protrude, so pop out. A shape known as the Vama Nauli. Now repeat this on the other side. So you release the left hand weight so that the right hand is pushing more into the right thigh, and you'll notice that the Nauli will move towards the right side. Something that also helps me is micro tilting into the hips. if you're moving down and you want to bring it to the left side, it's almost like you're bringing the left hip slightly up and forward, and you'll notice that the left side is more out and prominent. If you want to do it to the right side, it's really a micro tilt, bringing the right hip slightly up and forward, and you'll start noticing already, if just by doing this with the hips up and forward, you might start noticing that you feel the muscles here. And doing the same with the left, you might start feeling that the muscles here is the most connected in your abdomen. So let's try this. Let me show you a close-up. Hey, beautiful hearts. Step number 5 is the last step. And this is truly the step where we combine everything. So this is it. You can now practice each stage successfully and you're ready to combine them. So for the Nauli, which is essential, putting these strings together, step 1 through to step 4, is from a continuous motion. So back to step 3, from the Vama Nauli or the middle Nauli, then step 4 back to step 1. This is then fully, so meaning Uddiyana Banda, then bring it into the midline, then going from left to right, right to left, and you can also take it from side to side, so you can play around with this. Enjoy the benefits of this practice, and some benefits might be like improving your digestion, having a stronger core, healthier internal organs, increasing your mental clarity, balancing your emotions, and just having even a better intuition, because our intuition does stem from our gut. So yogis, from there you can even start sitting down doing this practice. And yeah, just gonna show you how that looks. Have fun.